Thanks for joining us once again. Today, the Work at Home Academy's How to series presents the third video in the How to Work Well with Others series. The Work at Home Academy is here with another series to help you find success in business and in life. We really are glad you enjoy these videos. Please like, subscribe, and share these as much as possible. My name is Luke and I'm here with the third segment in the Work at Home Academy's How to series. Let's get started. It might seem like a weird topic to bring up about adults in the work environment, but we felt it was important to bring up our first subject. Practice proper hygiene. Regardless of whether you're working with the public or in a back office, practicing proper hygiene is essential when you work with others. No one wants to be around someone who smells bad or looks like they slept in their clothing. This doesn't mean you have to dress like the rich and famous. It simply means to shower daily and come to work looking and smelling presentable. If you're on a tight budget, consider purchasing clothing at local thrift stores. You can pick up great deals on clothing that's perfectly suitable for work. These stores typically stock a wide variety of business attire at fantastic prices. You just have to be there at the right time, which is on the days that the store gets deliveries. Turn off your phone. Almost everyone has a cell phone these days. If you work in a large office, constant ringing can be a major distraction. Unless you need your phone for work purposes, turn it off or put it away. Quickly reading a text message when someone is speaking to you is extremely rude. It gives the impression that your phone is more important than your job. Make a habit of checking your messages or making quick calls during your breaks or lunch period. Share credit. When applicable, sharing credit with your coworkers is a sure sign that you work well with others. Not only will that person or individuals like you even more than they did before, you'll probably gain a higher level of respect as well. On the other hand, if you don't share credit when credit is due, you'll gain a reputation as someone who is selfish and out to sabotage everyone else in an attempt to get ahead. If you happen to get away with this without anyone complaining, don't waste your time celebrating. In reality, the truth usually prevails and you won't get ahead. You may just find yourself in the unemployment line instead. Don't interrupt. Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation, only to be constantly interrupted? It's annoying, isn't it? For that reason, never be the interrupter. Even if you have a great idea that you can't wait to share, wait until it's your turn to talk. Take a deep breath and relax. You'll be sharing your news or idea before you know it. Here's a little secret. There are individuals who aren't all that impressed when you talk, regardless of how fantastic your idea. These people would much rather talk about themselves. So, when you let them do the talking first, it's a good way to get them to love you. After that, they may be all the more receptive to what you say. Smile. The act of smiling is often referred to as a person's most powerful gesture. Science can back up the fact that individuals who smile often are not only happier, they're more successful as well. Even better, smiling doesn't cost you a penny. It's free to smile and watch the world, or at least the people you work with, smile right back at you. It's interesting to note that some training modules for phone-related customer service positions requires agents to keep a small mirror by their phone. This way, the agent can make sure they're smiling when they speak to the customer. Believe it or not, the person at the other end of the receiver can usually hear the smile in the agent's voice. It makes for a much more pleasant interaction between the two, and many times higher sales. Utilize resources. Working well with others, to the best of your ability, sometimes involves utilizing resources. Depending on where you work and your job description, many companies provide all kinds of options for you to take advantage of. These resources can be things like seminars, training sessions, fitness programs, no-cost safety equipment, mental health and family counseling, and more. If you run across a good resource you think would benefit your workplace environment and your coworkers, don't hesitate to mention it to your manager or boss. Who knows? You might even get a small reward or bonus for taking the initiative to recommend something that might help your company succeed. Don't be a noisemaker. In the event your employer allows you to listen to music or something similar, don't be a noisemaker. Wear headphones or keep the volume at a non-distracting level. Remember, not everyone will have the same taste in music as you do. If your coworkers don't enjoy what they hear, you'll probably make it more difficult for them to concentrate and get their job done properly. The time to make noise is after the workday is done, unless you're a rock musician or an auctioneer. Respect boundaries. Your job might require you to share a space with your coworkers, whether it's a cubicle, office, or vehicle. If you are near others while you work, make sure that you respect their boundaries and encourage them to respect yours in return. Try not to have phone calls about non-work related matters if your cubicle mate is quietly focused on a project. Also, try not to divulge too much about your personal life, because this may be too much information for some people. These boundaries will differ from person to person, so if you aren't sure if your behavior is going to annoy your coworker, it may be best to ask first. Learn to let go. Once you've had a dispute with a coworker, it can be difficult to get your relationship with them back to a state where you can work together effectively. If the dispute has been resolved, the best thing that you can do is move on to focus on work. Of course, your coworker will have to focus on letting go too. If they still seem upset over the issue, see if they're willing to talk about it. If they tell you why they're still not satisfied after the dispute was settled, do what you can to make things right between the two of you. If problems persist between the two of you, it may be best to inform your boss or supervisor. This is it for essential skills and habits for now. Next I'll start the benefits of working effectively with others, and my good friend Olivia will finish up. Teamwork is a wonderful thing. It may take everyone a bit of time to get into the groove. But when that happens, it's beneficial to everyone involved, not to mention a success for the company. Here are a few benefits of working together on the job. Yes, it can be done. Fills voids. Working together typically fills voids. Not everyone has the same skills or education. Teamwork allows people to contribute their separate knowledge to a project or problem as a whole. It also come in extremely handy when someone is sick. If no one jumps in to do that person's job, everything could come to a standstill until the employee feels well enough to return to work. Companies lose business when they are functioning at less than 100%. Promotes healthy competition. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a little bit of healthy competition in the workplace. This often leads to increased productivity, which is always encouraged. It's also an excellent motivator. Many times, when coworkers see their peers doing an excellent job, they want to do all they can to match or even outdo the performance. Fosters conflict resolution. No matter how well you and your teammates work together as a group, there's always the chance of conflicts popping up now and again. There's no set-in-stone guarantee to avoid them completely. This is partly due to the fact that employees come from different backgrounds and have different styles of doing things. It's what makes the world and the workplace environment so interesting. When conflicts present themselves, your team is then forced to come up with a resolution that best fits the situation. This is a very good skill to have under your belt, especially for those interested in future promotion opportunities. Inspires risk-taking. You may not think that risk-taking is something that should be attempted on the job. However, there is such a thing as healthy risk-taking. Think of it like this. If you were working on a project by yourself and that project somehow failed, you would be responsible for the failure in its entirety. On the other hand, if you're working as a team, your coworkers not only share ideas, they also share in the success or failure of the end result. In essence, teamwork gives everyone in the group the freedom to safely think outside of the box and really brainstorm new possibilities. Well, this concludes this segment of the How to Work Well with Others series. The Work at Home Academy will pick up in the next video with Olivia and the benefits of working effectively with others. As always, you can visit us at www.theworkathomeacademy.us for more information and other tips, tricks, advice, and courses. Until next time. Thanks for watching.